Nash, a one-woman musical. Music and lyrics by Kevin Cloud. Book by Hannah Benitez.
Have you ever risked it all and lost? Learn the hard way, it's not worth the cost. Truth could be that you don't have the sauce. Just play your part. Have you ever wondered what could be? Looked around and thought, well, why not me? But dreams are dicey, they don't come for free. They'll break your heart. Sometimes life don't go the way you wanna go. Sometimes life it leads you down a lonely road. On those days you are down and feeling awfully low, you're standing right on that edge. So give up and get up and go. Do you wish that you could start again? 'Cause the road you're on is at an end. Do you ever mourn what could have been? Stuck in a rut. Sometimes life don't go the way you wanna go. Sometimes life feels like a door that's always closed. On those days you wanna crawl inside a hole, you're standing right on that edge. So give up or get up and go. Get up and go. Give up or get up and go. Do you ever wonder what your life would have been like if you'd stayed in your hometown, married your high school sweetheart, gave up your dream career, had 2 kids, probably become a realtor, got the 3-bedroom, 2-bath, new countertops with cabinets and baseboards to match, the Ford Explorer SUV hybrid with a backyard, and just a little bit fat? Oh, shit. Did you do that? Okay, fine. But what if you didn't do that? What if you tried to do the exact opposite, but then failed? Sometimes life don't go the way you wanna go. Sometimes life sneaks up on you and slits your throat. On those days you feel like you have lost your soul, you're standing right on the edge. Sometimes life don't go the way you wanna go. Sometimes life it leads you down a lonely road. On those days you think you found a brand new low, you're standing right on that edge. So give up or get up and go. Give up or get up and go. Give up or get up and go. I'm 15. I want a guitar because there's this boy at school, and actually, it doesn't matter. The point is, I want a guitar real bad, but in our small town in Missouri, there's no music store or big chain, only crappy plastic guitars at the Walmart 3 towns over. So my mom, under strange, if not manic circumstances, wakes me up in the middle of the night and says, "We're going for a drive, get your stuff." And the next morning, I wake up outside Nashville. Driving into town, wind is in my hair, got the windows down and Bowery glares. Mama's got one hand on the steering wheel, we sing Jolene. Pulling to the motel, 6 at dawn. Mama says no rest, we're pressing on. Go put on your red dress, we're heading out. So much to see. Every corner, kids playing their guitars. Music pouring out of all the bars. Flirting with the bouncer, I bat my eyes. He sneaks me in. I watch this woman killing her hit song. Swear to God the whole place sings along. Crowded in this place, it's the happiest I've ever been. Mama says you've got to trust your turn will come one day. Honey, I can't wait to see you on that stage. At this time, she has my heart. Let me in, hello, I feel her calling me to try. All around, dreamers and fools trying to catch a break. I feel them daring to fly. So we're in Nashville. I'm already in love. It's like instant thing. Walking down Broadway, I see this woman walking through the crowd holding a guitar case, and I'm like, God, I want to be that woman. And she looks at me. I swear to God, she looks right at me. Wandering the streets for the next few days, never felt a feeling like this place. Adrenaline is pounding through my veins like a drum. Mama says let's swing through the music store. Beautiful guitars we can't afford. She tells me take your pick, don't you ever doubt when you're all to come. I know she'll have to work for months to buy me this guitar. She tells me pay me back one day when you're a star. Got this down, it's still in my heart, falling fast and hard. I feel her calling me to try. All around, dreamers and fools chasing after ghosts. I feel them daring me to fly. Before she pulls her card to pay for that guitar, she says, promise me you'll follow all your dreams. She looks me in the eye, her hand is on my heart. She says, don't you dare get stuck like me. Got this down, she has my heart, how could I say no? I want her time for me to try. All around, dreamers and fools, crazy just like me. I'll join them, spreading those wings. Let's fly. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da,
The sounds of a restaurant.
So this is a flash forward kind of thing, one of those moments where you're like, wait, how did we get here in the story? But then it'll go in a circle, and by the end of the story, we'll return to this moment, this very important moment, and you'll be like, oh, I get it. I'm 31 years old, and I'm sitting in a restaurant in Nashville across from what? I'm sorry. No, this is weird. No, this is completely inappropriate. I thought this kind of thing didn't happen anymore. I'm gonna go. That's the day I packed up all my shit away. Drove for 7 hours straight. Didn't listen to one song. On the way, thought about what I could say to my dad that would explain how it went so wrong. wish I knew how much it would hurt when it all fell through. I should have known it wouldn't be enough, and I wouldn't have washed up back at home. I pull in a little after 3 a.m. Dad had left the porch light on like I had never gone. The house feels small, my bedroom hasn't changed at all. Same old photos on the wall, I don't recognize that girl at all. I wish she knew how much it would hurt when it all fell through. She should have known she wouldn't be enough, and she wouldn't have washed up back at home. Look at that little girl that's smiling back at me in the photo, so pure, so innocent, eyes full of hope and light. I wish I could go back and beg her not to leave. I'd take her in my arms, I'd keep her safe and hold her tight. I wish I knew how much it would hurt when it all fell through. She should have known she wouldn't be enough, and we wouldn't have washed up back at home. I'm so naive, didn't stand a chance, only fools believe. But now I know I'll never be enough, and so now I'm washed up back at home. Da-da, da-da, da-da-da-da, washed up back at Dad, it's me. It's me. But put the shotgun down. Jesus, Dad, it's your daughter. Hi. Dad looks at me like I'm genuinely a ghost. God, I thought you were your mother, he says. You thought I was Mom, and so you brought out the shotgun? He laughs. Not loaded, anyways. So, what are you? It's 3 in the morning. I know. I was gonna call. I should have called. We're standing in the kitchen, his bones almost showing through his skin. He's aged 1,000,000 years since I saw him last. And I'm standing there with my guitar case and my one bag at my feet in the living room. I try not to let him see me, see the dust all over the bookshelves, the empty cans of food in the sink, and the cockroach that scuttles out of sight right as it and I make eye contact, but he sees. Then he looks down at my guitar case. Couldn't get you to go anywhere with that, without that thing. He doesn't know it's empty. My childhood bedroom.
She opens up the guitar case and starts unpacking things from out of it. A phone charger, a notebook, clothes.
Well, I guess technically not empty, just full of my clothes and...
Bzz, 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 bzz. She takes a vibrator out of the case.
Oops, sorry. You weren't supposed to see that.
She slams the case shut.
I run my fingers over the keys of my plastic Casio keyboard. I really thought this thing, what I could do with it, would get me attention. Love. Ugh. Boys. Oh wow, it's still there. I Heart Bradley B scratched into the plastic with a paper clip. At age 10, I thought if I write Bradley B, the best song ever written in the history of mankind, maybe he would love me. Anyway, this is the first song I ever wrote. Drop the beat. Drop the beat, drop the beat. Yesterday, sunshine was sitting with Bradley B. He's so much cuter than Bradley G. So much cuter. But then Patty came in and started flirting with Bradley B. So we went home from school and I scratched that stupid face in my earbud. Oh my, I could just about die. Why do people say love's a piece of pie? Ooh, 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 I don't know what to do. I do not know what to believe. God, Patty B is so dreamy. And I hate Patty, what a dumb bitch. Jesus, Dad! Can we knock? Listen, I was just gonna say, if you wanted to get breakfast tomorrow, if you'd like to go down to Red, White, and Brew in the morning for pancakes, we could, maybe we could. And then he breathes in a sudden sort of breath like he's in pain, and he says, how long did you say you're here for? I didn't, because how exactly do you say it?
She moves outside into the hot sun.
The next day, I'm slinking through my hometown for the first time in 9 years, hoping to God I don't run into someone I know. The ex lives here, I think. I don't know. No, he does. That was a lie. I 100% definitely know that he lives here because of Facebook. That's the gas station. There is one. And that's the grocery store. Food desert. Holy shit, a Starbucks. I'm taping flyers for piano lessons on every telephone pole and in every business because I am flat fucking broke. I mean, you saw, I had my clothes packed in an empty guitar case. Things are not boding well for me. And the guitar, you're probably wondering why there's no guitar in the case. Hi! Oh my God, Patty! Patty! Hi, it's so nice to see you. Yeah, just visiting. Visiting my dad, you know. You look great. No, you look great. She does not look great. Oh, you still work at Red, White, and Brew. Manager. Great. That's great. Patty Simmons sat in front of me in homeroom every year because our last names are right next to each other alphabetically. And we worked together serving the Ozarks' worst coffee at Red, White, and Brew. As she's talking, all I can think is, Jesus, I may have abandoned my career in the town I sacrificed everything for, but at least I'm not still working at the diner I worked at in high school. That's so great, Patty. I'm so happy for you. The flyers. Yeah, I just, I still play music. It's what I do, actually. I live in Nashville. Yeah, Nashville.
Really great to see you, Patty. So great. You really look great. Yeah, so great. And then I basically run away. I live in Nashville. Lived. If your home is where your heart comes alive, but you can't ever go back. If you lose your home, how do you survive? Every day you wade through the black. What happens to your heart? What happens to your heart? Every time I think of you, I come apart. What happens to your heart when you can't go back home? Back at Dad's, it's like I'm a teenager again. When I walk back in the door, Dad practically interrogates me because he can't imagine what I could be doing in a town where there's nothing to do. Catching up with Jay, are we? Jay. That's the X. I turn slowly because I fear that if I turn too fast, the inertia of the turn will rupture the pent-up discomfort that comet just loaded into me and fire it back out with an atomic force that eviscerates this small town in one giant bloom. He likes to prod me like this, poking me with pain points because he just doesn't know how else to communicate besides upsetting people into facing him. Dad, I haven't seen or spoken to Jay in 9 years. We don't talk. I was out for a walk. A walk? He sort of jolts his eyebrows up like, whatever you say. Weird. Why are dads so weird? Not much to do here anyway, besides take care of me, he jokes. Anyways, he just breezes onward, like he didn't just hit me with earth-shattering guilt. We need some more eggs and garbage bags, and my messages are full. My messages are full with these doctors calling me. He's fiddling with his phone. He's just sort of swiping. I ask him, what doctors? Oh, they're just a pain in my ass, and they're clogging up the inbox, and I don't know how to... Could you show me how to erase my voicemails here?
She takes his phone.
I listen to all his voicemails. He hasn't been picking up his blood pressure medication or coming in for checkups. And he's looking at me like I'm the only one that can stop that from happening. He's looking at me right now like he's begging me to become my mother. But my mother is dead. Because sometimes you make all the wrong choices and you marry the wrong person. Not a bad person. No, not a bad person, just the wrong person. Once there was a little girl whose parents got it wrong. Every night they'd yell and scream, and she'd hide away in her room and he'd play her favorite song. That song drowned out all the noise till Mama came in once the fighting was done. She took her in and sang Jolene, saying, baby, I thought he was the one. I thought he was the one. And the child of those stuck people becomes so afraid of the same thing happening to her that she leaves all of the potential for that behind and goes to the place her mother brought her to when she was a kid, that she fell in love with. Because it was a place that was the love of her life. She goes out to lots of shows, she's looking for a break. At the bar she drinks alone, doesn't know her soul, but she knows her goal and what
you're the one. I think you are the one.
But that place, did it love her back? It was untenable, always a little out of reach for 9 years. For 9 years until... It doesn't matter. The point is, she chooses it over someone who wanted her to stay, and maybe he was the person, the right love, but she just couldn't see it.
Of course she knew she broke his heart. So many nights she asked, what have I done? Now that she's back at home, she wonders if he was the one. I wonder if Jay was the one. What if Jay was the one?
I'm brooding about all this in my childhood bedroom at 31 years old.
Her phone dings.
Oh, someone texts about the piano lessons from the flyers I put up around town. And when I walk up the driveway past the Ford Explorer SUV and into the 3-bedroom, 2-bath, now new countertops and cabinets with baseboards to match, it's him and his wife. And he's just a little bit fat. But it suits him. We stand there at the door, wishing I could just turn and run away. But she's too fast, she smiles and lets me in. The kids play on the floor, both of them with daddy's eyes, a lovely bluish gray. She makes them shake my hand begins to spin. She's going on and on about her mom and her kids and how she and Jay met back home. Suddenly I feel alone. Later on they're in bed and she's holding me tight. He's the man of her dreams, making love every night. This woman's his wife, she has the life I could have had if I hadn't run away. I don't even like kids. I never wanted any of this. His wife tells me she's a business owner. I nod, I even say something, but I can't hear what's coming out of my mouth. We sit there in the den. He says, I like you, we should go and grab a drink one day. I take a breath and try to play it cool. She has such pretty skin, I keep waiting for Jay to say, by the way, baby, you should know I screwed this girl when I was back in school. He gets up off the couch like I'm not even there. He makes his favorite whiskey stir. He doesn't say one single word. What am I doing here? How'd I get to this place? I'm imagining him gently touching my face. I look over at Jay, he walks away. Later on they're in bed and he's holding her hand. She's so happy with him, he's a wonderful man. This woman's his wife, she has the life I could have had if I hadn't run away. She offers me the job, piano lessons every Tuesday for the eldest. It's a terrible idea. I say yes. This woman's his wife, she has the life I could have had if I hadn't run away. If I hadn't run away. Why did I run away? It was our senior year. Jay and I just had sweaty, clumsy, not good at it yet sex in my car. Same car I still have, mind you. When Mom called, said I had to come home, she needed to talk. I'm thinking she knows what I've been up to.
She enters her house.
But no, just one of those incurable diseases where when they give you a timeline, your body sticks to that timeline. And after she and Dad tell me this at the dinner table, after hours of bargaining with what they tell me until 3 in the morning, I shuffle back to my room where half my things are already packed in boxes because in a month I start my first semester at Belmont.
She starts unpacking the boxes.
What are you doing? It's my mom standing in the door. It's impossible to believe. She's so sick. She only has a few years left to live. Unpacking? I'm not going, obviously. She says, oh, yes, you are. You're going. Don't get stuck. There's so much to see. Don't get stuck. Think of all you could be. This world will try to pin you down. Get good at breaking free. Don't get stuck, baby, like me. Don't get stuck, you'll end up like me. My face is swollen like I've been stung by a bee. I tell her I'm not leaving to college if what they're saying is really true. She tells me, how goddamn dare I? And I've never seen her so angry. I don't understand. And she slams the door behind her. I don't leave. I forfeit my spot at the university. There is no Nashville as far as I know. I graduate high school. I'm 18 and start working at Red, White, and Brew, serving pancakes with fucking Patty. And in between working, Jay and I do normal young couple things. We take walks, we go to parties, we play games, we have sex. By this point, it's getting better. We're getting better at it. And he gets that look in his eye, this wild look, like he's a hunter who's caught something he doesn't want to let go. And then what my parents say starts to become true. My mom starts to decline, and suddenly I'm not even working at the diner. I'm taking care of her. I'm 19, I'm 20, I'm 21, I'm 22, and I'm in the house all day. I'm afraid to leave for too long. Dad's at work, and then one day Jay walks in. He walks into the room where my sick mother is a shell of her former self, and he's in there for a while. He asked to speak to her alone, and when he comes out, I say, "What was that?" I asked her if I could marry you. And that's when, in the middle of the night, I pack up all my shit and I leave for Nashville. It's middle C, middle. There you go. Yep. Middle C. At Jay's house, teaching his kid piano. His kid is not good. And Jay is over in the dining room. I'm leaning back, so I see Jay through the threshold. His back is turned to me, and I watch him. I'm tripping balls thinking, holy crap, this kid could have been my kid. Jay. I am having intrusive thoughts about Jay's penis.
The babysitter walks past.
Oh, hi. Yes, hi. Babysitter's over in the dining room with the second kid that could have been mine. The awareness that we're not alone, it helps. Breathes relief into both of us. Jay turns and says hello. I say hello, but he stays carefully behind the counter. So far away from me. Like, so far away. Like we weren't each other's firsts. Like we weren't best friends for all that time. Like we never tried to make a life. And like I didn't panic and run away without even the courtesy of telling him no. And when I left, my mom called me, and in her weak little voice she said she was proud of me, that I did the right thing, to go after the thing I needed to do, and not to come back. And now 9 years later, here I am. That's great. Why don't you take a break? Great work. So great. Jay pushes the bottle into the soda stream and water fizzes everywhere, exploding all over the counter, all over his shirt. Jesus Christ. Like, how do you go from knowing every single inch of someone to using domestic architecture to create a physical border between you? I've been good. Yeah, I've been good. You? He says he's good. We both know that the other is lying, and we both know that the other knows this. But interestingly, what I didn't expect was that he wouldn't actually be happy. I really wasn't expecting that. And then he asks me, weighted, loaded with 9 years of unresolved shit, so you're back? And I say, I'm just visiting. He says, you're just visiting and you put up flyers all around town looking for a job? And I say, yes. And he does that thing where he closes his eyes and runs his tongue over his lower lip, which means he knows I'm full of it because he doesn't want to start a fight because we're strangers now, right? And I say, why did you pretend that we didn't know each other in front of your wife? And he says, tell me why you left Nashville and maybe I'll answer that question. I get into town with my guitar, find a couple jobs, watching kids tending bar, working, writing, playing all day long. Really need to write some better songs, some better songs. I see this chick at an open mic and she has some singles released on the radio, like the actual radio, and holy shit, she's really good, and I start to worry. Man, there's so much talent in this place. How am I gonna carve out any space? Playing music anywhere I can, pouring out my heart in empty bars at 2 a.m. And I'm 2 years into a 10-year town, going nowhere fast. I'm just spinning round, and I ask myself, what the hell am I doing here? Now I'm 3 years into a 10-year town, and I work so hard, but I'm feeling down, 'cause the truth is that I don't know if I'll make it here. Dad, hi, hold on. What? I can't hear you. Let me step outside. What? He says you need to get home now. It's Mom. I spent all the money I have on a flight, and in 4 hours, I'm back in Missouri at a hospital I didn't even know she was in. Mom, can she hear me? She doesn't answer, but something on her face tells me she can hear me. Why didn't you call me sooner? He says there was no warning. She just suddenly turned. Mom, it's me. I'm here. Her lips move and her eyes open just a little. She smiles, tries to say something, but it's raspy, breathy. I can't understand it. What? She tries again with everything she has left. Am I what? More force this time. Are you doing it? She asks me. Yes, Mom, yes. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I get back to Nash and grind away. God, I miss my mama every day. I can hear her saying, go make your luck. I promise her that I will not get stuck. I can't get stuck. But if 5 years into a 10-year town and my mom is gone, it feels like I might drown. And I ask myself, what the hell am I doing here? And I'm 6 years into a 10-year town, giving all the time, but I'm wearing down. And the truth is that I don't think I can make it here. And then the thing happens that every musician in Nashville works for, prays for. I meet the producer. We're introduced through a friend of a friend who sees me playing a songwriters round, which are these events where songwriters showcase their music, and it's about the songs at these things, not the singer, not the personality, but the songs. It's like the opposite of TikTok. And my friend, she's hesitant about introducing me to the producer. I should have said that. She's hesitant about bringing me to the other side of the room to meet him. And so I say to myself, fuck it, I'm 9 years into a 10-year town. And I walk over to the producer and I say, I'm a friend of Becky's. And he says, oh yes. Like he's really going through a really long list of people in his head because he's very important. And then he shakes my hand and says, you've got some serious fucking talent. I'd like to talk more. I walk out the bar and scream out loud. Mama would have been so goddamn proud. Truth is I had almost given up. How much can you feel before you say enough's enough? Now I'm 9 years into a 10-year town. Can I catch my break? Have things turned around? And I tell myself, maybe you're gonna make it here. Yeah, I'm 9 years into a 10-year town, and I paid my dues working on my sound. And I tell myself, baby, you're gonna make it here. And I tell myself, baby, I'm gonna make it here.
She puts on headphones.
My first time in a studio, a real studio. And the producer's supportive. He listened. sound engineers, all these guys that work for him smirking behind the glass. The photos of him on the walls with these legends. He's recorded Nashville legends. And he tells me that I have potential. But what suddenly stings about that is that the night that we met, if you were really listening, he said that I had some serious talent. But now he says I have potential? 9 heavy years, all those nights I ask, does anyone care? So many tears, barely hanging on, with no hope to spare. Baby, this life is a lonely road. It's hard and it's long, but you'll make it through if you sing this song. Don't get stuck, there's so much to see. Don't get stuck, think of all you could be. This world will try to pin you down, get good at breaking free. Don't get stuck, follow my lead. And I'm starting to get confused. And the engineers, all the men with their fingers adjusting levels, they just smirk when he gives me a note or makes me play the same chorus over and over and over again until I don't even know what I'm playing anymore. And it goes on like this for days, weeks. I become obsessed, consumed with concern for what he thinks of my work, that it's not good enough. Oh my God, I'm not good enough. That I'm one of the thousands who come to this town with nothing special because he essentially has my future in his hands, my entire life in his hands, which makes him like God. And God is giving me a lot of time in the studio for free. When you were young, did you think about the journey ahead? Life goes so fast that an hour it's done, we all end up dead. When you look back, will you mourn the life that slipped through your hands? Don't get stuck, there's so much to see. Don't get stuck, you just have to believe. This world will try to wear you down, your courage is the key. Don't get stuck, fight till you're free. What? Oh, okay, yeah. And just when I'm at my lowest, just when he's worked me to the bone and all my old songs feel like strangers to me, he says, it's time to record. What's in your heart? What's the song this world needs you to write? You just gotta start. Go be brave, step out and stay in the fight. Maybe there's one little girl who's lost, sad and alone. Go write your song, it could lead her home. Don't get stuck, there's so much to see. Don't get stuck, think of all you could be. This world will try to cut you up, it's scary when you bleed. Don't get stuck, you're meant to be free. Don't get stuck,
my lead. Don't get stuck. Run till you're free.
She takes off her headphones, picks up her guitar case, and leaves the studio.
I'm scrambled, sure, but here I am walking out of our final recording session. And then I'm one of those people, just one of those Nashville musicians walking down Broadway with their guitar case, who is not just one of the thousands who come to this town.
God, this town keeps on calling me. She's my town. We were meant to be.
And a crowd of tourist passes me, swallows me for a moment, and while I'm in there, in the crowd, there's this woman with her daughter, this girl. And the girl looks at me, and I swear it's... My producer calls me.
She loses the little girl to the crowd.
He needs to meet me ASAP. Can I meet him at Scribe, some restaurant, in 40 minutes? I call in sick to my survival job, to the evening shift at a catering company, third time this week. And my manager, Andy, says, well, we'll really miss you. Best of luck to you. And I drive like my water broke and trot up to the restaurant and realize, oh, shit, I just got fired from my day job. But that doesn't matter anymore because I didn't come here to be a caterer. I came here to be a songwriter. And this place is like a 5-star restaurant, like Michelin star shit. And first I'm like, okay, this is a little romantic, but also no, this is a celebratory thing. He's just being. Hi, I wasn't expecting the masters to be ready so quickly. Masters, that's the original recordings of my songs. Wow, this place is nice. He tells me we've got a meeting with Columbia Records, called in a favor. Wow, thank you, Patrick. You have no idea what this means to me. The waiter comes over, asks me what I'd like to drink, and I catch him roll his eyes at my guitar case by my feet as he walks away. I never leave it in the car. My mom, she got me this guitar when I was a kid, actually. The first time I ever came here, she brought me here to... And then he tells me that he loves me.
The waiter comes back and pours their drinks.
I think we're gonna need a few more minutes.
The waiter leaves.
He doesn't put his hand on my thigh, he doesn't lean in to try to kiss me, he just tells me that he loves me and would do anything to be with me, that he knew I was special from the first moment he saw me. Patrick, we've only known each other for a few weeks. I'm trapped in my chair and my master's trapped in his files. And he doesn't say this, but suddenly I realize he's holding them hostage. Everything that I left behind for this, I've placed into his hands, and eventually I say to him, no, I'm sorry, no, this is weird, no, this is completely inappropriate. This still happens? What the fuck is wrong with you? you. I'm gonna go. The only person who ever showed any interest in my music here, he just wanna... I've lost my job, and I am completely broke, behind on rent, on bills. So I figure, what's the point? So I sell my guitar for gas money and leave Nash. And my songs, what I gave up everything for, with him. Sometimes life don't go the way you wanna go. Sometimes life it tears you up and leaves you low. On those days you feel like giving up the ghost. You're standing right on that edge. Jay's looking at me, processing what I've just told him. He's finally removed the counter from out between us, stepping out just a little, leaning his hand on the marble, drying the soda water from his shirt with the kitchen towel. So you still do it. What? Blow everything up and run when you get scared? Fuck you. When I get home, Dad is kneeling near the dishwasher like he's fixing it. And he asks me, he doesn't get up when he asks me where my guitar is. I haven't even put my bag down yet, and I say, what are you going through my room? I am 31 years old, Dad, please, can we figure out boundaries, or can we figure out a way to... He says, well, he thought he'd string it up and clean it for me, but the case was empty. And that just makes me feel oh so incredibly worse. He tells me that trip when Mom took me to Nashville, when she bought that guitar, there'd been no plan. She just took me and left. They'd been arguing, and he went out for a drink, and when he came back that night, his wife and daughter were gone. He'd actually called the police. I didn't know that. She was a landmine. If you stepped on her, boom, gone. What are you doing on the floor? I was fixing my hose. Did you fix it? Yeah, but I can't get up. I go to help him off the floor, but I just sort of end up down there with him, both of us leaning against the cabinets. There is no guitar anymore, Dad. I had to sell it. You sold the guitar Mom gave you? On eBay. eBay still exists? And the thing about small towns in Missouri is that in them there is only one place to go after a fight or a blowout or a big drama. There's only one bar to go to do your brooding. So if two people get into something like that and then go somewhere, odds are it'll be the same place. At the bar I'm drinking Bud Light and a whiskey. I wanna numb the pain inside. God, my life is such a mess. Why do I do the things I do? A little voice says time to run away and hide. Here's the truth I wanna hide. I'm sorry, but I don't know what to do. I'm sorry that I ran away from you, away from you, away from you. Staring at the red, white, and brew across the street through the smudged wall of glass. Still the only open spot at 24 hours. Oh no. Oh fuck. The Ford Explorer pulls up. Jay walks in, he doesn't see me sitting in the corner seat. I wish that I could disappear. All those years I tried to push away the memories of us, but with you standing there, it all comes back so clear. Time to finish up my beer. I'm sorry, but I don't know what to do. I'm sorry, but I can't say that to you. I can't say that to you. He sees me, so I get up to leave. He stops me for a moment by the door. It's a whole spectacle, a whole scene in front of the local winos, putting his hand on my shoulder, touching me for the first time in 9 years. He takes a breath and says to me, sorry for the shit that we've been through. I try, but I can't seem to get my mind off of you, off of you.
She exits the bar.
He trots after me down the dark street, everyone watching us through the window. Where are you going? Do not run away. I'm not running away. I'm going across the street. I rip the doors open of the red, white, and blue, and there's Patty Simmons, manager, and I walk right up to her and I say, Patty, I would like my old job back. And she says, the job you had for 3 months when you were 17. And I say, yes, ma'am. And she says, we are the same age. You don't need to call me ma'am. Also, you have to apply. And I say, okay. And interview. And I say, fine. We can do the interview right now. And she says, no, the owner has to interview you. And I turn around and I'm surprised to not see Jay standing behind me. He didn't follow me inside. And Patty says, come back in 3 weeks. She'll schedule me for an interview with the owner then. If you're still here.
She exits the diner.
Jay is waiting outside, standing under a sad lamppost. I really notice now that he still has all his hair. Patty, he says. Patty. And then we walk well into the night, right to the edge of town, just like we used to. I ask him, Jay, are you happy? There's no kitchen counter between us now, so he has no other choice but to tell me the truth. You look at me and at my life, you must think this guy's got everything. Life isn't always what it seems. I got a job, a fancy house, a lovely wife, some cash in the bank. I wish I had some bigger dreams, some bigger dreams. He's telling me this with that wild look in his eye that he used to get when we were younger. I look at you and at your life and I think, baby, you found the key. Living your life so wild and free. I was so close to leaving town to track you down. I guess I got stuck, so shame on me. God, I wish I had followed you to Nashville.
did you leave without a word? You broke my heart, you broke everything. I was so mad I couldn't see. You turned your back on all we had. You always run, you gotta be free. Never thought you'd run away from me. God, I wish I had risked it all for Nashville. God, I wish so many things. I would sit in my car and think of driving all night. God, I wish I would have run after you to sing. You're right, Jay. I do run. And I'm sorry. And we already know we're gonna fuck. By the way, we already know that. And I'm not saying that being 22 was an excuse for my not being able to communicate that I wasn't ready. Hand on my shoulder. That I felt like I'd be trapped just like my mother, but I am saying, my hand on his chest, that it was a contributing factor of why I left in the middle of the night with no warning 9 years ago.
She's buttoning up her shirt.
Car sex, just like old times. But he's better now. Much better. We leave without saying a word, and I do my little trot of shame home as the sun rises, just like I used to do when I was 17. And as I look back at him, I can't help but think, God, I wish I had never left for Nashville. God, I wish so many things. Now regret tears me up each time I think what could have been. God, I wish I stayed with you. We could have built a life that Sneaking back into Dad's house, I hear a voice from the dark living room. Catching up with Jay, are we? How does he... Dad, Wait, he actually knows. How does he know? How do you know? One of his wino friends at the bar saw our little tryst. Fucking small towns, fucking Missouri. His clothes are everywhere, dishes in a pile, hair is matted. Have you noticed, honey, that it doesn't matter where you go? He means it doesn't matter where I go, I am the problem. Just like your mother. Sometimes life don't go the way you wanna go. Seems like I'm just stuck here on this crooked road. Mama, why'd you have to leave me all alone? So tired of standing on this edge. Next week, I go to the Red, White, and Brew for my interview with the owner. And when I walk in and step into the back room, it's his wife. And we just sit there, alone in this little storage room / office. And she's staring at me like... She's really... Oh my God. Does she know? I can't tell if she knows or if this is just her face. And she picks up the cup of pencils on the desk and throws it. This woman throws the ceramic cup.
I'll just see myself out. And as I leave through the tables, Patty, scowling at me, I go to the gas station, not hiring, the bar, a scoff. Starbucks? No one will hire me. He has a mortgage, kids, career. I have a scarlet fucking letter. Back at home, Dad won't talk to me because everybody knows. Still I drive him to the pharmacy, sort all his pills into his organizer, cook and wash his clothes. Now this, it is my life. I sleep in the bed that I have made. Each day when I wake up, I look in the mirror at the person I portray. Why do I do the things I do? I can't seem to make it through. Always running, but I never make it through. Here's the truth, no matter where I go, the problem's here inside. Why I blow shit up, I'll never know. If I were you, I'd stay real far away. There's nowhere safe to hide. How this become my life? Stuck in a town I tried to leave behind. Each night I go to bed, dreaming of Nash, but knowing she'll not be mine. Why do I do the things I do? How do you bear the dreams you lose? Always running, but I never make it through. Don't get stuck, think of all you could be. Don't get stuck, there's so much to see. The world will try to pin you down, get good at breaking free. Don't get stuck, what does that mean? I'm not stuck, but I'm never free. I wonder if Mom felt like this when she realized I was growing inside her. It wasn't what I expected to have to tell you at this point in the story. It wasn't what I expected to tell myself either, when I was pregnant. Why do I do the things I do? Maybe it's time for something new. Always running, but I never make it through. When I tell Jay, he doesn't react the way I expect. Sure, there's that initial flash of panic and fear and perhaps marvel at his apparent super sperm's ability to outmaneuver a condom, but it's like he sees this window. I am the window. We're in the next town over in a motel, and he's pacing, going on and on about how he's been looking for an out. He's been looking for an out. His wife, she hates him, and why shouldn't she? She deserves better. She's not a bad person. No, not a bad person. Just the wrong person. He's the wrong person, too. And he got this offer for a job in Boise, but there was no way with the kids and the routine, and it's a big raise, and maybe we should just go. What? Maybe we should just go. Together. I am like a fucking human landmine. I'll be able to support him better anyway. If my wife is going to leave me, I can support them better with the Boise job. He's crying, and he tells me we're this interwoven thing, always have been, and in his own way, maybe he's always been waiting for me to come back. But he tells me, we have to finally, please be completely honest with each other. So tell me what really happened to you in Nashville.
Nashville, the 5-star restaurant. She puts her guitar case down next to her. Restaurant sounds.
Hi. I wasn't expecting I wasn't expecting the masters to be ready so quickly. Wow, this place is nice. He tells me we've got a meeting at Columbia Records, called in a favor. Wow, thank you, Patrick. You have no idea what this means to me. The waiter comes over, asks me what I'd like to drink, and I catch him roll his eyes at my guitar case by my feet as he walks away. I never leave it in the car. My mom, she got me this guitar when I was a kid, actually. It's the first time I ever came here. She brought me here to... And then he tells me that he loves me.
The waiter comes back and pours their drinks.
I think we're gonna need just a few more minutes.
The waiter leaves.
He doesn't put his hand on my thigh. He doesn't lean in to try to kiss me. He just tells me that he loves me and he wants me. Patrick, we've only known each other for a few weeks. He says he can make this all happen for me. I'm trapped in my chair, and my master's trapped in his files. And he doesn't say this, but suddenly I realize he's holding them hostage. Everything that I left behind for this, I have placed in his hands. Everything. He's holding them hostage. And I say to him, okay. And we finish our drinks, and I go back to his place, and I fuck him, and I hate it. And I believe that this is the transaction, that this is what I have to do to get my master's, to get it out of the way and never see this guy again. It suddenly clicks that this was why my friend was hesitant to introduce us. She was actually... And then he's texting me like every single day. He wants me all to himself. He wants to own me. He wants to own me. I don't know where to turn or how to break away. I grab the whiskey off the shelf. He wants to own me. He wants to own me. And every day there's another excuse as to be on his arm, and I don't do any of this. And he won't give them to me. He just won't give them to me until he feels like he has me. The rage inside my heart, it grows into a flame. I hate this man and what he's done. He wants to own me. He wants to own me. I don't know which is worse, the heartbreak or the shame. A voice inside me screams to run, or he will own me. Or he will own me. I stop answering his calls, I ignore all of his texts. I relinquish the last piece of myself. And I have nothing now, he's taken everything. Right then and there I make my choice. He will not own me. He will not own me. I came to Nash and all I wanted was to sing. This bastard stole away my voice. He will not own me. He will not own me. He will not own me. So now I have no job, no money, can't pay rent, can't pay bills. So I sell my guitar for gas money, and I leave Nashville and my songs, what I gave up everything for, with him. Jay's just looking at me. He still doesn't get it. I never said it was yours, Jay. The old beater groans as I pull up to Dad's. He was different back then. Meaner. I can't go in. Lights are on. My mom told me to run because she didn't. Maybe it was just the only tool she knew how to give me. The best that she could give. And while in a way I should probably thank her for that. Maybe I can do better. But when I step into the living room, I'm struck by a paralysis. There's a ghost lying on the sofa. What can it be? My guitar. My guitar. The one my mom, the exact scratches and dents, the glue from where someone took a sticker off, I put all exactly where they... Dad, how did you... eBay! Does still exist. And we stare at each other. Something tells me you're in a situation. And I just look at him. How does he know? Your cheeks have this pink flush to them. Happened to her too. And she found herself in a situation when we did. I think I held her too tightly. But maybe to love something, really love it, is not to hold it too tight. I don't want to do that to you like I did to her. Dad, there's something that's mine that someone took from me back in Nashville. My songs. He has my songs. I didn't know what to do, so I ran. I just keep running. He shifts on his feet, hands on his hips. So what are you gonna do? Can't pick up my guitar. I don't know what to say. After all I've been through and the hurt that I caused, it's too painful to play. If I run off with Jay or I stay here with you, then I'm living a lie. 'Cause the truth is my problem is back in Nash. God, it's my last chance to try. In that town that I love, she starts whispering my name, gently right in my ear. She says, baby, come back to me, face all your pain, you stop living in fear. Maybe I'll run to you instead of running away. Maybe I'll run to you instead of running away. If there's a heartache I gotta face, if there's a dream I still gotta chase, how can I run away? One, two, three, four. Dad's alone, who will help me if I'm not around? He takes my hand and says, you don't belong in this town. If your mama were still here, you know what she'd say. You don't get stuck, you don't give up, you find a way. And that says you come back now and then, don't you fret, baby, I'll be just fine. So I hug him real tight and say, Dad, back in Nash, there's something that's mine. Nash, I'm gonna run to me instead of running away. I'm gonna run to you instead of running away. Nash is a dream I still gotta chase. There is a shit bag I gotta face. I'm not running away. I pack my car and say goodbye to Dad. A little scared to take this chance. I write a letter to Jay, I tell him, baby, please, don't be mad, 'cause my town, she's asking to dance. Baby, I'll run to you instead of running away. Write a few songs for you instead of running away. 'Cause I got a song, let's turn up the bass. Nash is a dream I still gotta chase. I'm not running away. I'm not running away. I'm not running away. I'm not one more song for you today. I wrote these right here in Nashville and had to go through a hell of a lot to get them back into my hands today. So thank you for being their first audience. Nash has always felt like home to me, so thank you so much for giving me a chance. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes life don't go the way you wanna go. Sometimes life feels like the door is always closed. Didn't you ever let the final word be no? You find your deep